does it constantly get on your mind when you want to just express your opinion freely, but somebody always has to butt in and someone always needs to interrupt you? Well, don't worry, because in today's video I will share with you 3 simple tips on how you can get interrupted 10 times less. And if you don't know me, my name is Martin and I have been studying charisma and communication skills for 3 years straight, and I have helped clients to solve this exact problem for themselves. The first thing that we need to start with is our physical and vocal presence. Imagine if throughout this entire video I would be just speaking like this. Hello guys, today I would like to share with you my opinion on something. It is destroying my credibility, my authority, and my confidence. Why? Because my physical presence and my vocal presence are low. And this is where people will interrupt you, because you have low physical and vocal presence. Your physical presence is defined with your body language. If you are this closed in, if you are playing this small version of yourself that you don't want to be in that situation, of course, naturally you're gonna get interrupted 10 times more, because the people around you don't even know you are there. They don't even know that you are with them in that specific room, because you are playing the small version of yourself. And also the thing applies to your voice. If I start speaking with this loud voice, with this masculine type of voice, it is incredibly hard to interrupt me, because I am using this type of voice. But if I come to the room and I play the small version of myself, hey guys, yeah, I would like to share with you my opinion, that is destroying my credibility in that moment. So a great solution, how you can improve on this, is just to take more space. But that is a very common advice, so I would like to give you some more specific tip. And the specific tip is to just gesture with your hands. If you gesture while you speak, it makes your body come to life. Because suddenly now, it's not just your voice moving, but now your body also. And this influences us into releasing adrenaline throughout the time. That's why when you will start speaking, just gesture your hands. That's how you will naturally open up. Because it's really easy to just say to you, oh, open up, bro. But we all know that it's hard to do in that situation. So just gesture with your hands. Gesture what you want to portray in that situation. And naturally your body will open up even more. And if you have a bad eye contact, you are jittering around the room, you are scared what other people are going to think about you, again, look people right here. I've said this in my previous video. Look right here. This is going to incredibly help you with your eye contact. If you have heard some triangle technique on how to be charismatic, don't focus on that. You don't need that. That is complete bullshit for you, because you are not that advanced. Just look right here in the middle of someone else's eyes, so you can lock eye contact with them every single time. And every single time, they will know that you are locking eyes with them, even though you are just looking right here. So don't think about this triangle thing, just look right here. And finally, when it comes to your voice, your vocal presence. Now we have covered the physical, now let's move to vocal. If you want to improve your vocal presence, it is through you giving that voice a little bit of volume. Let me guess what you are thinking in social situations. When you are with someone, you are like, oh, I don't want to be too much, I don't want to crave attention. That is the mindset that is robbing you of credibility. Because that mindset is going to destroy your authority. Because if you speak this softly, naturally your body is gonna soften up too. And this is the constant loop of death. Because when you speak softly, your body shrinks up. When your body shrinks up, you start to speak more softly. That's why when we open up, we naturally need to open our voice too. Because when we don't, it influences our body also. That's why when you might be thinking that, oh, I'm speaking way too loudly, I'm maybe 8 out of 10 volume. You don't know what 8 out of 10 volume is. This is 10 out of 10. You need to learn how to speak with this type of authoritative voice. And it is to just put a little bit more onto the scale of volume. It is not about pitch, melody, tonality, rate of speech. Now we are just talking about volume. You just need to put it higher. And naturally, everybody will listen to you, because you are now having this authoritative voice. So if you never want to get interrupted, get your body open. Gesture with your hands so you can get open yourself and then speak louder. Because yes, you are probably thinking that, oh, I'm already speaking loud enough. If you are getting interrupted, you are not. Let me repeat that again. If you are getting interrupted constantly, you are not talking well enough. Because people run over you. Next one is very tactical and very simple, and it is to use bridging phrases. Before you end a sentence, you need to say something that lets the other person know that you are not yet finished. And we say that by sentences like, before I finish, continuing on, let me add on to that. The important thing is the. You see, these types of sentences, before I finish, signal to the other person that we are not yet done and they cannot just run over us. These sentences signal that we need to continue our message. And we will continue our message. So if you just say, I have been in this amazing green forest. By the way, if you are asking why in my videos I always use the forest analogy, because I look at this green forest that is in front of me. I was one day in this beautiful green forest and suddenly a huge boar showed up. And before I finish, this huge bear showed up also. You see that sentence, before I finish. That sentence showed you that I'm not done with my story. I'm not done saying something. I can also say the important thing is, or because. These types of words signal to the other person that we are not done with what we are speaking. Let me try again for you. Okay, now I remembered one very good one. Suddenly. Suddenly is one of my favorite bridging phrases because it is like that hook that hooks people in. Whoa, suddenly, what happened? And now they are hooked in. So if you want to use my favorite bridging phrase, you can steal it from me. Just use suddenly. One day I was in this green amazing forest and suddenly this huge boar showed up. You see that emotion in that voice. That pause after the word suddenly was the bridging phrase, so nobody will interrupt, and the pause created attention. So that's what you need to do. Use these bridging phrases like suddenly, because, before I finish, continuing on, let me add on to that. The important thing is. These types of sentences will help you immensely not to get interrupted ever again. But now I want to teach you what to do actually when you get interrupted, because extroverts like me, we unfortunately have a very bad tendency to just interrupt people and we don't even know about it. That's why when someone will interrupt you, it is very important that you actually call them out. When I am speaking and someone interrupts me, what I need to do every single time this you need to do is to call them out politely. Hey John, I really appreciate your input. Would you mind if I finish my sentence first? Something like that goes incredibly well, especially in group settings. I once was in this amazing group of people and I was speaking, and this one guy, he didn't know me, hey? So no foul to him. He was new to the group and I was speaking and he interrupted me. And I said to him, hey bro, would you mind if I finish my thought and then you could speak? Imagine if you were in that group and you heard someone say this. You'd have so much respect for that person because that person values their own word. And that is what we need to do. When someone interrupts us, just politely say to them, hey John, I really appreciate your input. Would you mind if I finish my sentence first? That is incredibly powerful. You're not just telling them, dude, shut the fuck up. No, you are, you are not saying that. You're saying in this polite way that, hey bro, would you mind if I finish my sentence and then you can speak? That is incredible. And everybody in that room looked at me like, damn. Because that shows that you have character. You're not letting yourself get run over by other people. You have assertive energy. And that's what you need to do. When you get called out, yes, it's gonna be hard in that moment. But you just need to interrupt them back and say them, listen, I really appreciate your input. Would you mind if I finish my sentence first? Incredibly powerful. And you get the respect out of everyone in that group. And also, if you want to become the most charismatic version of yourself and get access to me as your charisma and communication skills expert, then just click the first link in the description. This is my private community and my private coaching sessions are hosted right here. We are just now on $9 a month. So if you want to meet some amazing new people and get to know more charismatic people who want to also learn social skills, then you can join this community as the first link in the description and get to know all of the courses when it comes to charisma and communication skills, like mindset, first impressions, conversations, listening, speaking, body language, confidence, everything when it comes to charisma. So if you want to learn that, click the first link in the description. I will see you right there. And if you want to get into deep conversation without doing this stupid ass small talk, then you should click this video right here. Live a happy life, man!